Hey, I'm Mike Cooley, Drive-By Truckers.
Patterson Hood, Drive-By Truckers. I think for me it was just a matter of trying to make sense of all this ridiculous shit going on right now. First song I wrote for it was What It Means, which I wrote in the wake of the Ferguson decision and, the, murder of Trayvon Martin and, and all the other countless incidents that were first really getting talked about at that point. The age of the cell phone, all of a sudden it was getting documented and put out there instead of just being talked about, in the poor neighborhoods. And so I was trying to process all of that, and I wrote that song, not really even thinking in terms of it being a song for the band or even something to perform. It was just something to try to make sense in my head. And then when I played it for the band, he played me his new song, which was Raymond Casiano, and from then it just kind of it kind of wrote itself. It just kind of became a conversation about all of this shit. And we recorded the record like super quick. I mean, we made the record in 6 days, and they were kind of joyful days. I mean, we had a really special time in the studio, just kind of pounding it out, and then it kind of was like, okay, it's done, and so it's been something else. I actually was thinking about a song by Tom T. Hall, of all things, and who I love, who's one of my favorite songwriters, and it's like I wanted to write a song about that, about this fear of the others and how it ends in these violent situations where it's just fear and you shoot first and ask questions later kind of mentality that just keeps erupting. And I thought, it's like it's being rapped about a lot in like hip hop songs, really eloquently and really amazingly. But I wanted to write it in kind of a more kind of country voice, for lack of a better way of putting it, And I kept thinking about a Tom T. Hall song called Watergate Blues that he wrote right after the McGovern, during the whole Watergate thing, and it was a pro-McGovern country song in 1973-74, which is profound if you know the history of all of that, because Nashville was pretty conservative, and McGovern wasn't exactly popular in the Deep South, and so it was a pretty amazing song, and I was just thinking about that, and did my best to, rip it off just enough and not too much. Show up on time, do your job, be prepared best you can, and it's a lot of it. A lot of really talented people really fuck themselves over by just not showing up, and so we show up, and we do our job. If we feel bad, we rock through it and make that part of it.
Wear earplugs.
Yeah, I wish
early on.
Yeah, I wish I'd done that.
I can barely hear this guy.
Yeah, me too. Yeah,
and it's not you.
I can barely hear this guy.